Hello guys and welcome to the fifth video in this series. So in this video we'll be talking about HTML links. The last video was a bit long. I don't want to make it that long. So this is going to be HTML links. HTML. We'll be looking at HTML links. So let me just show you. So in W3 schools, where do I have that? Okay, here I have it. Now HTML links allows you to jump from one page in a website to another page, or a section of a website to another section in the same page. All right, so the syntax for adding HTML links, I'm going to do this. Let's say 5 HTML links. The syntax for adding HTML links is the a attribute. I mean the a tag. Right, so you have this, and then this is how you had it. Now, let me come here first. Let's say, for example, I want to add a link to Google. Click here to go to Google, which in this case is going to be. Let me also mention that anchor tags, this a tag are called anchor tags, and anchor tags are inline elements, not block level elements. If you are a bit confused about what the difference between inline and block level elements are, I suggest you just go online and search for it. Or you can come to W3 schools, we should have it here. Block level and inline. Alright, so you can come here and then read more about it. Like I said, I don't want to make this class unnecessarily long. So with the a tag has an attribute called the href, which is like the source of where you're going to put the where the link is going to lead to. So I'm going to put this inside the p tag. I'm going to remove this first. I'm going to create the p tag that says click here to go to Google. Alright, and when I come to my web page, I still have to change this. I have to change this to 05 HTML link. Okay, good. Now to make this particular text, a clickable link, I have the anchor tag, and you add the anchor tag by using the a tag. This is it. Oops, made a mistake here. Just going to leave a little space so it doesn't remove it. The anchor tag href, and then I'm going to close this. Make sure that it's enclosed in the same tag here. So you notice one thing. This automatically has an underline, and then the color changes to purple. The color is simply purple because I have gone to Google. Let's assume it's not okay. No, I haven't even added the link here. That's why it's still showing like this. You can make this a dead link by using the hashtag, which means it doesn't go anywhere. Now you see this is blue, right? If I click on it, it changes to purple. That's because I've clicked on it. Okay, that's basically what it is. But then to take you to Google, you would assume just type google.com. Please don't do this. As you can see, don't do this. The reason why you shouldn't do it is because by adding this google.com, it assumes google.com is a local link and tries to find it on your local server. And since it doesn't exist on your local server, it returns this error, cannot get google.com. So type it in full, please, which is https://google.com, and then clicking on this should take you to, now it brings you to Google. Okay. Now, you also notice that for some websites, when you click on an external link, it doesn't load on the website on that particular page. It opens in a new page. You do that by adding a new attribute called the target attribute. And target attribute. I'm going to add the target attribute in here, and then blank like this. This blank here simply means opening a blank new page, which, as you can see, takes me to a new page and then opens up there. So you can use this for any website, doesn't really matter which website. You can use this for facebook.com, which is, although you notice even I use facebook.com here, it still opens, it still shows Google because that's what I put here. Okay, if I click on this, it then starts to load facebook.com. And I guess the network is a bit slow, so Anyway, this is facebook.com. That's it. But I'm going to revert this back to I'm going to revert it back to you. So that's it with adding links to your website. Oh, I also mentioned that you can use this job from one section of your page to another. So I'm going to give you a task. You can pause here and then you should do the task yourself. If you have been following the same pattern I've been using, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, I want you to add links to each of these that lead to the other pages. For example, you go to 1, then you add links here that leads to 2, 3, 4, and 5. You go to 2, you add links that leads to 1, 3, 4, and 5. So pause the video and try to do this on your own. But I'll just go ahead and do it here. So to get it done, I can come here, add a comment here that says links, and I'm just gonna say, I'm going to do a shortcut. The shortcut is simply A, then multiply by, how many do you have here? 4. 8 times 4, which creates 4 tags for me like this. Now remember, I also mentioned that all these are inline elements. So what that means is, if I were to come to here, index.html, and then I put, let's say, oh Christ, 1, 2, 3, 4. We will have all of this on one line rather than on top of each other. Look at it. So you see, we have it on one line. So to put it on each of its own block level, you can put each of them in a p tag. So I'm just going to remove this. Although you can also change it with CSS, but since we haven't talked about CSS yet, I'm just going to go ahead and use the p tag. So with the p tag, I'm just going to say p, right, and then a tag, yeah, and then I'll show you how to get this done now. I'm going to say index, one index. Now I get this, right? So get this. So I'm going to just duplicate this. You can duplicate this easily by holding Shift Alt and pressing the down button. Then it duplicates all of that for you. So this is 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now to add the link, since I'm on 1, I don't need this one. Since I'm already on the first page, I just need to add for the second page. The second page is to head and para, which is, I'm just going to come to this href and then say 02 dash head, and you notice it's already giving me the rest of the suggestion. I'm going to save that. So that will be heading and paragraph. And then for 3, same thing, which is going to be 03 text formatting. So I'm going to say, let's change it to formatting. Then for 4, I'm going to add this to say media. And then 5 is going to be HTML links. Now we get it. So if I click on this, it takes me straight to the second page. Okay, where did I go wrong here? Let's take a look at it. What seems to be the problem here? I see. The problem is the ampersand. I'm going to remove this ampersand. Sorry, I'm just going to change this to this. The problem is the ampersand. So change this here. That should work. Now it's working. The problem is actually the ampersand, because ampersands are kind of they're a kind of special character for computers, and unless you know what you're doing, just don't use ampersand. Use dash or underscore to separate text like here, heading, head, para, so you understand. So rather than head and paragraph like I did. So that was the problem. Anyway, I'm going to come back here and you see that each of these links is working. So for the others, I'm simply going to copy this. I'll go to the second page. I'll also add this. You know what? I'll add it here. So let me go to the second page. It's currently not there. I'm going to add this here. And then I'm going to change it to 1 since that's the first. That's the only thing I need there, which is index. So if I come down here, sorry, I'm having a call coming here. Oh, I didn't change this. I started to wonder what my mistake was. Index. So now I have index. So I'm going to go to the third page. I'm going to do the same thing, which is going to paste this here. So I show. All right, I'm just going to duplicate this, put this up, say for that will be 1 index, then 01 index. I'm on page 3, right? So I don't need this page 3. So 01 3 1. Why am I still? Oh, yeah. I should be getting okay. 1 2 4 5, good. And then I'm going to go to this place. Oh, why not just let me add everything? Let me just add everything. It makes it easier anyway. So let me say 01 index dash index that is similar. So that will be 01 index. I'm simply going to add everything to make this simpler for me. Okay, just going to then this. I'm going to paste all of this here. Then for 3, I'll put all of this here. For 4, same thing. And for 5, same thing. And then one last thing that I did mention that I haven't done yet is that you can also use it to jump around in a web page. Okay, I'll do that. I'll show you an example of that now by doing this. So here I'm just going to add long paragraph. I'm going to add some long paragraphs also. P tag, I'll use that for the paragraph tag, and then lorem, let's look at 100. Oops, that gives me 100 words. Scroll back here, and then oh, I'm not on 5, so get this. Then here I'm going to put it into to say second paragraph. I'll add another long paragraph here. So lorem, let's look at 200 this time around. So you see we are getting this, right? To first paragraph. I'm still going to add another one. I'm going to add 5 of it actually. So H3 third paragraph. And then with the p tag, I'm going to just call lorem 200 of this. Then H4, no, not H4, H2, so fourth paragraph. Another long paragraph here, 200. Is this okay? I think this is enough. This is enough actually. So let me just stop right there. So how can I jump from this? When I load the page, it loads it, but how can I jump from here straight up to the third or the fourth paragraph? I do that by also using links, and this is how you would normally do that. in this paragraph, in this no paragraph, sorry, in this tag, I'm going to add an ID here, and I'll name. I can give the ID any name. IDs are additional attributes for your, they are attributes for your tags, and generally they are used with JavaScript, which we are going to get to in later classes. But anyway, you had your ID tags here, and then you give it a descriptive name, a name that describes what the ID is really doing. So in this one, I'm just going to give it fourth. Let me just shorten this by saying fourth paragraph. Fourth paragraph. So now, how do I jump there? I'll come here to the top of the page and then add links that leads to each of the paragraphs. So I'm just going to straight up use an anchor tag, which is an inline element. So I'm going to just use straight up, let me just say a multiplied by 4, since there are 4 paragraphs here. So I get this. I'm going to separate this so it's easier for me to read read up on it, so I don't get confused as to where each starts and where the other ends. Now remember that I use the ID of fourth paragraph here. So in my link here, I'm just going to put this here. Not just that, it's going to start with an hashtag. Okay, no, let me add it here. Let me add it to the fourth. So I'm going to start with an hashtag and then the ID tag, which right now is not really showing anything because there's no text in it here. And I'm just going to come here and write fourth paragraph. Then save that. And when I click on this, it automatically jumps to the fourth paragraph, as you can see. That's how it works. Okay. So I'm going to, you know what? Let me make my work easier. I'll delete this, duplicate this, and then I'm going to name this first. Then this is going to be second. This is third. And then fourth. So to make sure it actually works well, I'm going to come to this place, give this an ID. Instead of actually putting it in the tag, but if I put it inside the P tag, it jumps to the paragraph, not this heading. I want the heading to show, so I'll leave it in the heading tag, not in the paragraph itself. So I'm going to create another ID and say this is first para, so that when I come here and click on first para, it jumps here. Good. So for the second one, I'm going to do the same thing. ID for second PARA, and then for the third one, I'm going to say ID then third PARA. So let's see if that's wrong. That's second paragraph, good, and then the paragraph, good. So this works. So that basically does how we get it done. So if you have any questions, though, maybe there's something you don't understand, you can just reach out to me on the group and I'll do my best to explain it to you. That will be all for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.